Okay, in this video we're going to have a look at how we can make drinking water safe if we obtain it from rivers and lakes and reservoirs, and what steps we have to put that water through in order to have that water ready and safe for human consumption. So as you can see here, the water that comes through is going to contain all kinds of substances in there. It's going to get sand and grit and leaves and twigs. And we're also going to get other chemicals in there as well. So pesticides from farms run off into them, fertilizers, and then we get bacteria and other microorganisms that could be harmful to humans. So how do we go about preparing that water so it's safe for human consumption? Well, a couple of things that we do, as you can see in this diagram, is we take it through a series of steps. So the water comes in from our source, and we have this sedimentation tank. And sedimentation, what this means we're going to do is allow any of those larger particles to settle out and sink to the bottom. So sedimentation is taking the larger insoluble particles, and they just start to settle. So the larger is allowed to settle, and they will start to settle at the bottom here. So you get this layer at the bottom that can just be taken away. Once that's happened, we then put it through a filtering system. So the water will come into the filtering tower, and you see it's going to pass through some different layers. We get a sand layer and then a gravel layer. And the idea is as water passes through those layers, that is just literally going to filter out any other substances in there to remove it from this process. And then once it's gone through this filtering process, it then comes into one of the final stages before being ready for use, which is where we add chlorine. And the chlorine is added because that's going to kill bacteria and microorganisms, and that will make the water then safe to go off, ready for homes and for use. So it's stored in a tank before being sent off for use by public. So a couple of different steps. In short, 3 steps. So we get our sedimentation, our filtration, and chlorination, and those 3 steps happen in that order in order for the water to be prepared for human consumption.